Hey everybody, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Caleb.
And we're brothers.
We are.
Brother, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Why is there a head of cabbage next to Fiji?
I am at the tail end of my detox. You know, I've been cleansing my body out, been eating this, drinking this gunk, and taking these supplements.
Brother?
Yes.
How long have you been doing all this wonderful healthy stuff?
A whole month.
A whole
Agonizing.
month.
A whole
Goodness
month, yes.
gracious. That's super good.
Thank you.
I've been doing it for 21 years. Very close to a month. But keep going. You'll get there.
You had to steal my thunder.
I didn't steal your thunder. You gave it away. You know why he's doing this, guys?
Why is this?
You're doing this because you're fasting from bad stuff to get a good result.
That's true. I feel that fasting is one of the most untalked about things in the Bible. People don't want to hear about, so we're going to take it on today.
There's a reason nobody wants to hear about it. None of you want to fast. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate fasting myself.
Yeshua, in the book of Matthew, he says, when you fast, do this. He didn't say if you fast, he said when you fast. So it's kind of like you're not given an option, you need to fast.
When is just not my favorite word anymore. I like the word if so much better. Guys, fasting isn't just about removing a food from your diet. Actually, the principle of fasting is to abstain from anything that could have control over you other than the Father, or could be in the way of you getting to where you need to be.
That's right. In Isaiah 58, 3-7, we hear some benefits of fasting. Why are we doing this? It explains that you don't fast, obviously, to seek your own pleasure, but to humble yourself, to break free from bondages, addictions, yokes in your life, to turn around and bless others, to change your heart, basically. And it's also to seek the Lord to get the answers you need to break free and get that spiritual authority from the enemy. And we see many times in the Bible people fasted. Daniel fasted for 3 weeks.
Moses fasted for 40 days?
Yeah, on top of a mountain before he got the 10 Commandments.
Jesus, Yeshua, he fasted. Come on, guys.
In the wilderness.
There's no better example if he did
in
it.
The wilderness. Very interesting, though, in Matthew 17, 14-21, the disciples tried to cast a demon out of the boy. They couldn't do it. Yeshua succeeded, and he said to them, this kind of spirit only goes out by prayer and fasting.
Sometimes it's important to deny ourselves those things that the flesh wants.
Yes.
I started traveling internationally when I was 17 years old, and on many of my first several trips, I felt the Father moving me to fast different things. And I do remember one time that I fasted not only 40 days on a Daniel fast, which is very hard for me to do. I'm big, I like to eat. But I also fasted movies, I fasted music that was secular, I fasted media. Anything that was going to be a distraction between me and seeking God's face for that trip, I cut out of my life, and I saw a significant improvement in my focus and my intimacy in that time.
That's true. It doesn't have to be about food. Anything that separates you from the Father, you take it away so you can hear more clearly from the Father. I know in America today, we've kind of lost our dependency on God. We think we're self-sufficient. We have good pay, a house, family. We can worship freely. We're not worried about invaders coming in and blowing us up. But in other countries where Christians are persecuted, they have to seek the Lord. You find them fasting, people who don't even have food in those countries, and they see moves of God. They see great revivals. In places like Iran, China, underground churches, and places in Africa. We're not seeing it here.
Well, you see, guys, the fasting has both spiritual and physical benefits. In the physical world, you probably heard of it today, things like intermittent fasting. We found that by fasting for certain periods of time, it actually helps the body recoup, recover, breaks dependencies. If y'all guys have a problem with sugar, for instance, which is a crazy addiction for the body, breaking or fasting from that from a period of time sets you free from that addiction.
That's right.
Same thing spiritually, guys. When we set ourselves free from the things that have held us in bondage, whether it's as simple as our phone, 24 hours a day, that we're constantly updating ourselves on, our social media, these aren't bad things. We're talking about, what are you dependent on? Be dependent on the Father alone in your life. That's what's going to set you free.
That's right. And like Yeshua said, don't fast to try to gain righteousness or brownie points of God. Don't fast and to try to get attention like the Pharisees. Fast in secret. It's between you and God. No one else has to know about it. And obviously don't do anything harmful to your bodies.
In fact, I may be fasting right now. I'll never tell.
So don't blame us if you try to do a 40-day fast without food and you end up in the emergency room.
I did not advocate that.
We did not.
You can prove nothing.
Thanks for joining us.
I love you guys.